In this video, I lose it with a sad individual who tried to ruin every single race I did. And I really want to know in the comments how you would have handled this situation. Would you have done anything differently that I did? Just let me know, I'm really keen to find out. We are starting P3 and you can see two positions behind us. A Swiss driver goes by the name of Joey Ramone or Mr. Full Throttle. Now, you're going to see what happens. The incident that caused, well, it just caused an absolute chaotic sequence of events. Because I was live streaming at the time, and, well, it's just, you'll see. But you can see here, we're already up to P1 in this race, as the first two positions, they just bail out and make big mistakes early on in the race. And that left us in the position we don't normally find ourselves in, P1. So we come down into the sweeping left-hander here at Yagamiwa? I can't, well, whatever, however you pronounce it. But yeah, we get kind of shuffled out the way there by the German, and we're back down into P2. So it's been a hectic start to this race. As you can see, we're driving the Supra, which probably wasn't the best car for the race. It was really good on the high-speed sections, but these sections here coming into Sector 3 where we've got the hairpin and a couple of tricky left and right handers, it really wasn't the greatest. It certainly wasn't the greatest over the curbs either, so you had to be very careful. You couldn't, well, I certainly couldn't floor it out of any of these sectors confidently without thinking I was going to just kill myself. So I was a little bit kind of hesitant at points, but we're going to try and hold on anyway to this position and see what we can do. We weren't expecting great things. I hadn't played much in the lead up to this live stream, but it's going okay so far. Not going to grumble at P2 already. Our qualifying time wasn't the best, but it was good enough to kind of keep us sort of mid-pack. But you can see up ahead there, the German having a little sort of detour onto the grass. Now he's going to have really dirty tyres there, which is really difficult to try and maintain your grip through the high-speed left and right sector there, and he exits. Thankfully, he didn't take us out in the rejoin, and now we're back up to P1, having briefly held the position in the previous lap. So, all good so far. Well, all good so far, other than the guy behind us, Mr. Ramone. You'll see what happens, but he's obviously got a bit of pace. He's driving the Porsche, so he's going to have more grip. Maybe a little bit more grip, but certainly better handling in this section. You can see he's just appearing now on the radar, and he's within sort of 4 or 5 tenths of me, which is, starting to get within striking range if you're going to go for the overtake. So I'm well aware of that. I'm probably going to have to be on the more defensive side for the remainder of this race, because it's going to be quite hard to shake him off. But we'll do our best to try and do that anyway. So out of the right-hander for the final time on lap 2, and over the line we're going to go. And yeah, all good so far. So far so good. Here we go though. We've managed to maintain P1 all the way through now. Last lap begins. We've had a really good battle with Mr. Ramone as he comes up the inside. Now it's all good racing here, side by side, and we're going to go through the fastest part of the track, and then we are unceremoniously sideswiped. We smash into the barrier on the right hand side, he smashes into the barrier on the left hand side. It's just all chaos. My car now is completely broken at the front end. We're going to try and come round the left-hander with basically no front end, and, well, we're going to not really be able to take that left-hander. But to add insult to injury, he's then called me dirty in the chat. So, well, on the live stream, I was baffled by this, as were most people who were watching it. But it's just, it's one of these incidents where you think to yourself, what actually did happen there? Because I actually got a little bit of a jump scare fright. But anyway, Let me know what you think in the comments about this initial incident that happens between the two of us that sparks off the chain reaction of madness that follows. We'll see this in the replay here. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about the incident. Okay, I've left the door open there. Fully accept that, but I'm not touching them. We're giving each other space. Good racing. Side by side. Into the left-hander. Now, it looks, from his point of view, like I've come across into him. I'm not denying that. I am not denying it looks like I've came into him, but it won't look like that when you watch my car. That looks like I've swerved over into him, but look at his line. He's just going straight for the apex without even considering that there's a car on his inside. I mean, look at his line. That's not giving me room. So, when you go back and look at it from my point of view, you're going to see what it looks like. Look. He just comes straight across and hits me off the track. He's not giving... I'm fine with that. I'm fine with how I drove there. I'm annoyed that I didn't win the race now because of it. But look at this. Look at all the space he's got. Look at all the space. Look, I'm not... Look at my line. I'm still turning slightly right. I'm still turning slightly right. I'm not going over to the left at all here. And then he just fires across right into me. And smashes me off the track. I mean, he's the one still on the track at this point and he's calling me dirty. He obviously ends up in the wall, but he's given absolutely no... Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's as if he thought I wasn't there. It's as if he thought I'd backed out or something like that. Look. Like, look, I mean... Where's he want me to go? I'm heading... I need to try and stay on the track. He has to be away over... Oh, dear. So yeah, I was undoubtedly very annoyed there. It was clear to see. I felt like I hadn't done anything wrong, and then I was called dirty for my actions. He then tries to take me out in the very next race and put me into the wall, but he didn't manage it. However, I realised I was not dealing with any normal player here. This was a lunatic that was now on my case. And as you can see, we then catch up with him a little bit later in the lap. There's a whole pinball physics happening here. We're all hitting each other, but we all survived. But that wasn't, you know, I've been hitting the back there, went into the car in front, but we've all survived, no problem. But Joey, watch him there. He takes a really strange line. He brakes and waits for me. I think he tries to take me out again. There's just chaos all over the place, and we end up in the wall again. So you can see why I was starting to get just a little bit annoyed. That was strike 2, in my opinion. Strike 2, we'll call that. So, yeah. On to the next one. I don't even know where to start with that. Just looking at it from Joey's point of view. So this was where the first incident happened. Yeah, I think we know what he was doing there. So it's absolutely clear to see that we are being victimised, we're being trolled, we're being whatever you want to call it. But this was just becoming every single race. And when you're trying to live stream, it's not ideal. Although it probably was quite entertaining. But, you know, we just had to deal with it as best we could. Then on to the next race. Yeah, Joey, thanks. And, yeah, you can see what's going to happen here. Once again, we end up in the wall, courtesy of the same player, Joey Ramone. I think we've got a new dirtiest driver. But yeah, I was just getting, you know, I was getting more and more frustrated at this point. I was starting to, lose my cool. I was keeping it calm on the inside, but when you're streaming, it's difficult to do that. Pretty much. And just when we think we might have survived, he does this. I mean, does he not get a penalty for that? Where's the penalty system in all of this? So you can now see from the camera, you can hear in my voice, I'm now dejected. I'm struggling here. This is going to be race number 4 that's going to be ruined basically at the very start, because he's starting right behind me every time. He can take me out at will, and he knows what he's doing. He knows I'm live streaming. He knows I'm ruining. He knows he is ruining my races as easily as he wishes. So this race, this is going to be the race where something just popped into my head. I thought to myself, let's do something a little bit different here. Let's see if we can beat him at his own game. Now, you're going to see the beginning of this race, something slightly different take shape. So, heading up towards turn 1, you can see there, he's right behind me. He could basically dive me and send me off the track right away. But what we're going to do is we're going to go into the left-hander as normal, and then we're just going to pull over to the side, and we're going to let him through unexpectedly. Now, the hunter there, has become the hunted, and it's game on. So I'm going to leave you with a live stream now. Enjoy. Let's go, Dan. Oops. Sorry. Couldn't get out your way. Apologies. Oops. Hate it when that happens, don't you? Somebody's just going a bit slower than you. Then they swerve, you can't take any avoiding action, so oh dear. What can you do? What can you do? Thank you, Robert, for the $14.99. Worth more than I like. What a legend, Robert. Thank you, mate. Amazing support as always, buddy. Thank you so much. That is incredible support. So, does he try and take out Bob? Does he go for the little... Yeah, he tries to take out Bob. He misses. Gets himself out of shape. Dan gives him a little tap. Sets it up for us to finish it off. Bob, Dan and myself, whether it was deliberate or knowingly or not, we teed him up to perfection there. Teed him up to perfection there. Dan, what a manoeuvre that was. Oh. Who says I've not got the skills to ram? And one more time with feeling. Yes, that's me. That's me. Bye. I'm not tired of watching this. That's okay. Oh, there you go. See you later. So there you have it. That was the story of the live stream where I was being basically trolled and killed in every single race by one deranged individual. But we had the last laugh, which is the main thing. And to be honest with you, I don't normally condone that sort of behaviour, but everybody has their limits. And I think what I did there was taking a little bit of street justice out on every troll who's ever done the same thing to one of you guys. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We're so close to 7,000 subscribers, and it would be amazing if you could help me out with that. But yeah, thanks again for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.